Welcome to our relaxing book reading of The King of Sinners, Chapter 1, Origins, Page 1, The King of Sinners. I'm sorry, Father, I sighed, sending myself soaring through the air as a bird, into the clutches of pillows abundant. I can't do it, but that voice of his that came kicking back at me, it was a little mocking. He sighed. What a poor king you'll make. Hey, I cried, sitting up as he started to fix my socks. But I cried some more anyways. What's that supposed to mean? Glaring at him caused a death stare to hit back at me. We stayed locked in our stare down until he growled loud, shoved me onto my back, and started tickling me to the point of almost wetting myself. Hey, I cried again, laughing and laughing. And my father was roaring with laughter himself. I'm 10. I kept crying. I'm 10. That's right, my father said over his laughter. Only 10. So he finally let me go when he wished, and I pounced up to punch him in the chest. Let's go, huh, you say? Father said, messing up my hair. So I hit him again. Hungry? Okay, that's the end of the first page. So now we're gonna go to the second page. The King of Sinners, Chapter 1, Origins, Page 2. To that question, I nodded 10 times over. Then he pushed me onto my back and started running away. Racia, he said. Cheater. I yelled for the entire world to hear, leaping from my bed to give chase. I'm still winning, you cheat. My father was not halfway down the flight of stairs that led to the second story. I kept in a sprint and caught up to him once we got to the ground level. And then we raced side by side to the dining hall. I used every ounce of my energy, every muscle in my body. Put it all to the test. You could start to smell good food ahead now. Lady Zeratea's cooking was worth killing for. At the last moment, the last seconds, the last of the moments, I broke ahead. Young Master Yusei is in prime shape today, cried the manager of the house joyously. An old man by the name of Reviram. He was like my grandfather, and he gave me a high five on my way by. Bested again, my lord? So said Reviram once my father caught up. Father groaned. It seems so. I'll get him next time. Which made me chirp. No, you won't. So we started on breakfast. Sausage and eggs. And it was so much better than it had any right to be. Weird little dots. Little touches of spices. You could tell the men and women in the kitchen took pride in what they did. A plethora of berries were laid for me, too. I sifted through the berries and ate the non-blueberries first, to leave the best for last. That's the end of page 2 of The King of Sinners. Now we're going to read page 3 of chapter 1 of The King of Sinners. Couldn't even wait for your wife? Scoffed a voice not long after, and that voice, unmistakable. She was joking, of course. Well, mostly, probably. Father-son bonding time? My father asked, to which she rolled her eyes. My lady, Kara, cried Lady Zeratea, emerging from the kitchen to set down a fresh platter for my mother. Your timing is wonderful, my lady. So like you. Finishing first yielded the end that was me waiting for my parents to finish eating, and my mother. She was a super slow eater, so the wait was painful. We can eat as a family, my father would say, always. Is that really too much to ask? Which always left me dreaming about saying, sorta, with how long you two take. Daydreams ending dead in a ditch. The killer was Nelisea. Nelisea emerged. He was an older man, quite tall and thin, with his hair graying, pulled back. I really wanted to cut his hair band thing to see how he'd look. I sat up straight to be respectable and watched Nelisea lay an open palm towards my father, as was his custom. You may speak, Nelisea. My lord, said he, Hagapa's infrastructure devolves yet further. The Salheoto Council cannot muster itself, nor High Priest Torsha. Lord Baseba thus sends his warm regards, along with much trembling and tears over the honor of your hearing, and begs the hand of the Lord our King come, that it might uplift him and all his people. That look my father had on his face showcased why I respected him so much. That's the end of page 3 of The King of Sinners. This page is the first one in the book that ends off mid-sentence on a page and continues on the next one. The page ended at I, as in, that look my father had on his face showcased why I respected him so much. Continued on page 4. Page 4 of The King of Sinners. Chapter 1, Origins. Because he knew how to have fun, how to be a rascal, but he also knew when the time for something bigger was here, and when it was time to set aside all the fun and games. This is the second to last page of this chapter. And next page is a very short page. The role Basal Heyodo play is a great one, said my father so firmly and confidently, one only surpassed by the burden they bear. Today, we let them be. I will go myself, send a messenger to General Leviathan, begin preparations. Nalaseya bowed low, as my king commands, said he, and also again he held out his hand, palm facing skywards. Has your servant pleased you today? Yes, Nalaseya, rest well tonight. A phrase and exchange I'd heard 1,000 times before. In true continuation of the 1,000 times before, Nalaseya was as emotionless as ever. Wait. No. This time, something rare. He showed a hint of a smile on his face on his way out. Should we go to the pool of Lathine? Mother asked me. Relax while your father is gone. Father, I said with haste, take me with you. I want to learn. No matter what, Mother said, at least I'm going to the pool. My father thought to himself for a second before Mother also said, so attached to your father you are, you say? So much like him. It's a boy thing, it seems, Father said as he continued to ponder. I have a different theory. Mother chuckled, continuing back to her breakfast. That concludes page 4 of The King of Sinners. Everyone needs a friend, and this page also finished off in the middle of a sentence. I have a different theory. Mother chuckled. Was the end of page 4, and page 5 continued. Continuing back to her breakfast. So pages 4 and 3 and 5 are kind of friends. The last page of chapter 1 of The King of Sinners. Page 5 of chapter 1, Origins. Well, Father said, today I'll honor your wish. You'll continue to prepare for your future by learning at Hagapa. Thank you. I cried. Thank you, Father. That's the end of chapter 1 of The King of Sinners, Origins. Continuing on page 6 is chapter 2 of The King of Sinners, Meditation. On page 6